Welcome to the world of Exoprimal. Exoprimal is an online, team-based action game that pits humanity's cutting-edge exosuit technology against history's most ferocious beast, dinosaurs. First things first, you're going to need a Capcom ID to even get into the game. So there's a direct link where you can click on, or you can scan a QR code, go create your account, and then come back to the game. If you want to do this preemptively, go ahead and do that now before you actually download. You will not be able to proceed. Exoprimal is currently available on Xbox Series X, Xbox One, Windows via Steam, PlayStation, and PlayStation 4. And if you have Xbox Game Pass, which is where I'm playing it, it is on the Game Pass. It was a day one release.
IBS World News.
Hello, viewers. I am Ivy the Android, and here is the latest news. This is footage of last week's major dinosaur outbreak. As you can see, an exofighter unit was on the scene to stop the raptor swarms. IBS's superior dinosaur forecasting and cutting-edge exosuit technology were able to keep human casualties to zero. Exosuit development is proceeding under the guidance of the next-gen AI, Leviathan. Meanwhile, IBS continues to recruit candidates to become new exofighters, humanity's greatest hope. Here are the latest images of recently developed exosuits.
IBS's advancements make our world a better place. And we owe it all to Hyzal. Technology for the future. Technology for you.
Another exofighter recruit, right? Welcome to IBS. We'll begin by registering your data.
Let's begin to customize Ace, our main character in the game. Now, as we go through character creation, there are several models that you can pick from. You have a male or a female, and we have 10 different presets. So we're going to go ahead and select this one, go through. It's going to look nothing like me, which they never do, even though you can customize kind of what you want to. 10 different faces are really never going to get it to you, but honestly, I'm okay with that, as I get a little overwhelmed with character creation sometimes, trying to create exactly what I look like, and it's like down to the eyebrow and cheekbone pitch and height and all of that, and it's honestly too much for me. This one feels like it has just the right amount, gives you about 10 or 11 choices for each one. Hair color, eye colors, you know, the normal things, and then hairstyles, body markings, painting, scars, things like that. Not too bad for customization. I think most folks will get what they want out of this, and there's really only one form, and it's human. I think I would like to customize the dinosaur at some point in time, because you do get to be a dominator in the game, and I think that would be pretty fun. Let's look at some of the characters in the game. First, we have Garrett Signs. He is a scientist. He's a genius scientist and leader of the Anchor Division and the Advanced Research Center run by Abius Corporation on Bikcoin Island. He's the highest ranking individual of one of the company's secret projects. His research consumes his every waking moment. He asked the Hammerheads to seek out the 181 files lost during the Bikcoin Island incident. But to what end? Next, we have Sandy. Sandy is the support android. It's a mass-produced android equipped with various functions to assist the squad's activities. Sandy's highly advanced AI is capable of handling everything from combat to support to personal counseling. Repeated missions with the squad has fostered a unique personality within her, and she considers herself one of the team. Next up is Majesty. She's got quite a cheeky sense of humor. Gunning to be the Abius Corporation's top pilot, she's burned through 6 teams over 2 years. Majesty is the newest member of the Hammerheads, sharp, realistic, and to the point. She is hardly the type to joke around with her squad mates. Majesty is a nickname given to her by the crew. Her real name is Victoria, and she has an accent too. Next, we have Lorenzo. Lorenzo is kind of one of your main characters. He's the de facto leader of the Hammerheads, cool-headed veteran trusted by his crew. Lorenzo remains calm even in the hottest situations, and his sister Haruka passed away in an unfortunate incident on Bikcoin Island in the year 2040. Reminder, you are in the year 2043 when you're in your little ship, I guess, and you're in the year 2040 when you're doing like war game stuff. And here we have Haruka, as mentioned, Chief Lorenzo's younger sister. She was a researcher, and she passed away in 2040. That's about all we know. So more on Haruka later, maybe? Question mark. And then we have Magnum. Magnum is the exosuit pilot, just like you, who took you through that first simulated sort of war game. And that's about all you see of Magnum. He kind of comes in and out of the story, but not too much until you open up and actually play the game a little bit more. Durbin is kind of a mystery. Even it says mysterious exofighter. I haven't seen him yet in the game, and you don't come across in the early, so it might be like a boss or some sort of secret that you come across later in the game. All right, so let's move on to the tutorial phase. It'll start you off with like the assault class, so you can run through and do your skills. It's got a few obstacles. It's pretty much like any training tutorial that you do. The Leviathan is going to guide you through here, and it'll go through some skills. The biggest problem I think I have with the game is there's virtually no mention of what skills do, even if you're in the character select or the armory screen. So you can press T here, and you can pick a new class. The new class basically spit you out of the suit, and you can hop into the new suit. You have to press T to change, pick your suit, and then you have to press Z to get into the suit. So I don't know why you would want to run around in your, I call it operator form, I guess, because that's what it is in Warframe. It's kind of you not being in a suit. This tank right here is actually pretty fun, I would say. Tank class is really slow, like a traditional tank. In this game, I don't really feel like tank has a big purpose. I think the healer or the support class is extremely helpful. The tank might help more if you're doing more PvP, but in PvE, really, it's you want to nuke dinosaurs as fast as you can. And the biggest threat that they pose is when they charge at you, which that shield right there is not going to help you and not going to save you from a dinosaur charge. All right, so we're going to do a quick suit change after we finish off these dinosaurs, and it's going to take us into the Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor is a support class, and so this is the last part of the tutorial. Basically, you can spam some AoE in this. Okay, so now we're going to change into the Witch Doctor suit. The first skill that we have is the Neuro Rod. So this basically paralyzes and stuns dinosaurs. Doesn't do a terrible amount of damage, but it does incapacitate them for a little bit. And then they're going to drop in some friendlies. You're going to heal these friendlies with the rod. You're just going to aim it at the sky all Thor-like. And you're going to press E. You get 2 of these charges and it recharges every 5 seconds. So you want to spam the heck out of this as much as you can when in battle. I've actually enjoyed support class quite a bit. And then we have feed. So we're going to quickly repair a unit. You're going to right click and then click on the unit and you can repair them. Maybe some of the most fun is being a dominator. So you actually get to be a dinosaur. You can chomp up some dudes and take out other dinosaurs. The controls are kind of wonky. You're just a giant T-Rex. So run around, take people out. You can headbutt them. You can like chomp on them, growl at them. These are slightly ineffective, but it's a very tanky thing that you can do in the game. Kind of disrupt the other team. And congrats, you finished the tutorial, you've gone through and looked at skills, and now you're part of the Abius family, which I don't know if that's a good thing yet, but you're in the Hammerheads now. Go you. The next part of the game, you will be transported to Bikitoa Island, where you will stay. You don't get to do like a BR where you just get to keep coming back. I so aptly named it Big Toa Island just because I thought it was funny. Here you're going to go through and meet some of these characters. So you have Lorenzo here and a few others. They're going to show you around the place, basically get started telling you some of the story, which is fine. We're not going to go through all of it right now. You can experience these characters as you go through the game. However, this is kind of where it starts you off. So you get sent to this island. You'll notice that it's kind of ravaged and destruction filled. There's not really much out here. You're going to sit around, and then Leviathan is going to come back around and say, hey, I'm going to be your AI guide. I'm going to send you into a battle. Welcome you to the island. Kind of cruise around for a bit and follow the AI. At this point, you don't really know what's going on. You're just kind of here. You just got into this suit. You're part of this ragtag group of people. You have no idea what they're doing, but hey, guess what? This place used to hold, a bunch of dinosaurs, and now they're out everywhere. So you do research at this facility. It is nothing. None of this is part of the game, by the way. So all of a sudden, you get granted permission, and you are looking around going, holy hell, this place has been destroyed. He's like, great, yeah, I'm going to take you back to 2040, and you're actually going to perform a war game. And so fast forward, they take you there. Here we are. We've been transported. It's generally just like another cutscene here, but you don't really know what's going on. This is like the main map, though, in the game so far that you play. And then these portals are where the dinosaurs come out when you're actually doing a war game. So you'll see he turns around, giant explodey flood of raptors coming straight for you. It's time to start using that gun. Oh, no, we're gonna run away. Sorry, I've got a big gun, but I don't know what to do with it. However, we do have somebody who's gonna come in and help, and he doesn't want to fight him either. This is Magnum, and he basically gets you through this tutorial part. It's kind of like a movie, and he's going to guide you. He's got some lines. There's not really much. You're still not even playing the game yet, and you've probably been in the game for about 30 minutes now. Fast forward to some actual action, and you are here with Magnum. This is going to be a real... well, it's a simulation, but it's actually... You're going to play this with Magnum, so you're going to be using... the assault character. You're going to be with a team. Magnum's on your team as well. You can see we've got a health bar down there. We've got shields. Our skills are linked to, X and E and Q and F. And in about 11 seconds are actually going to take you through an actual war game. The Leviathan will guide you through the entire thing. It's the purple and blue blobby thing. You're going to get to a spot where it says dinosaur call each time. And when you get there, it is time to stop and shoot some dinosaurs. So you'll notice in this room, there's, it's pretty much, the space is open. You can run around. You don't want to be too far away from the objective though, because when you're facing other players and AI, the speed is the objective to really overcome in this game. So you can go out in the other parts of the realm, but it's not going to help you too much. There's nothing to really like pick up out there. There's nothing to help you besides your teammates. Let's launch into a battle. This is going to be Dino Survival. So go ahead and click on the tab and then it'll bring up another screen. It goes over, you can pick PvP, you can pick random, or you can pick PvE. You can look at your loadouts and make changes. You will have to right click on the character you want to start with and make sure that that is priority before you start a match. The tutorial does not tell you this. It'll load you into Leviathan. He's going to tell you some blah blah about the match. You're in this screen, which you can't do anything. If you've played Destiny 2, it's kind of like Gambit. You can't change your character here. You can't change your loadout here. When you are in a game, you can change your suit frame by pressing T. You can pick a suit that is not taken by another player, and then you can press Z to load into that new suit. The match will tell you if you have loaded in with a, no healer, not enough tanks. So it helps you with the breakout of characters. But as we load in, we go and we start with raptors. So it's going to tell you to go to one spot. The Leviathan will lead you there. And then we're going to have a bunch of raptors that spawn. Everybody's name appears above their head, and you can sort of see health bars for your teammates. If you're a healer, you're going to go in through and destroy the dinosaurs. There's no team fire on, so don't worry about shooting your teammates. Basically, you want to skill spam as much as you can. The guns do a little bit of damage, which is okay, but for the assault type character here, we've got this this machine gun, and you can throw a grenade. You can do like a really focused blast, and then you can press shift and you can run to your next objective. So at the top, you're going to see a bar. It's got little dots to show where you are, and it shows where the enemy team is. And so basically each time you get to an objective, it'll blink and say where you're at. So it's kind of like you're playing a digital tug of war with the other team. You're going to basically just kill as fast as you can. When you see a big dinosaur, such as like the Pteranodon, or if you see like a Stegosaurus or something, take that out first. The mobs don't really matter when you're progressing through levels, unless it's just a mob in the first part. Those are the only things that count. But as you get further and further into the match, they're going to throw bigger dinosaurs, and the bigger dinosaurs are definitely your priority. The whole time, the AI Leviathan is going to remind you you're either doing faster or slower than the other team. At this point in the game, I've played 8 matches, and I'm about ready to strangle him because I don't need to be told every single second how I'm doing against the other team. There's a progress bar at the top that will tell you. There's also a dino indicator, so you can see how many of each raptor, how much of each other dinosaur. So to get to the next stage, you must kill the amount of raptors shown and the amount of the other dinosaurs shown. Once you get 2 check marks, you can move on. So you can see we killed the priority dinosaur really quick, and then we had to kill about 28 more raptors before we can move on. The red team that you see moving with us is the enemy team. They're doing the exact same level as you, except they're doing it from the alternate universe, you never really see the team unless you're playing PvP. You can compete against the team at the end of the match. So you can see here, we've got to call 100 dinosaurs and do that quicker than the other team. Both of us are on the same node. You can see the blue node and the red node are blinking. We have 2 nodes left until we get to the final battle. As we fast forward just a little bit, we're switching to the tank. You can see the other team were both being transported to the final battle. And this will basically give you your objectives. So we need to escort the data key, which is, if you've ever played Overwatch, it's just like moving the objective. Stay close to the objective and make sure the data gets transferred. And along the way, you're going to have a lot of different obstacles. Now, some of those obstacles are just going to be strictly dinosaurs. There is no key objective to get rid of any dinosaurs in this mode. Some of the other objectives do require you to take out a really powerful dinosaur. But for this one, these dinosaurs are just getting in the way. You can kind of see the tank can do a taunt, and it's like a distraction. Bring all the dinosaurs to me if you need to. I don't feel like taunt really works that well in the game, and the dinosaurs are just kind of doing whatever they want to. So we have a bunch of dinosaurs spawning. You can see the progress of each team as they move along. You can camp the objective to move it faster. The more people that are near the objective seems to move it a slight bit faster, but I don't think it's necessarily required to have every team member super close. As long as you have one, it is going to move the objective. But you can see the more people that you add, you can get up to 3 arrows moving the objective. Fast forward a little bit towards the end of the match, and you can see this is a PvP map. And so the other team is right in front of us, and their path is going to collide with our path. And you can see I get destroyed by the other team, but you're able to revive your teammates. If this happens, you can revive them if they get killed by dinosaurs. You can revive them if they get killed by the other team. When you get into this sort of scenario, it is good to have a tank or to have a healer as well, because you're going to need to defend, and players can seem to take out players a little bit quicker than dinosaurs can take out players. And so I'm not sure if there's a damage modifier or if it's just the way the game is set up, but PvP can add an interesting mix to this final mode, especially on this one, because your data cube is on a collision course with the other team. As we race towards the end, somehow we actually came back and won this match. It didn't look like we were actually going to win because of all the PvP going on, but we secured the dub. And so you get this victory screen. You can see your team break out, and you can see we had 3 supports and only 1 assault and 1 tank. I ended up being the tank at the end, so it doesn't mean that the team makeup was that way the whole time. It just means that's the way that it ended. So you get this little buddy screen. It shows you who the MVP is. Lets you know if you got on the top 5 for doing any of these achievements here. As we click next, it'll show you get experience. So your characters get experience, and you also level up like a battle pass that we'll take a look at here in a minute. So you get rewards. You get a war chest. You can open up that. You also get lost data. So this is what the scientist is basically asking you to look for all this data, so you can try to figure out how to get off this island. You get medals as you go through here as well. So lots of little things that you collect as we go through. So the analysis map is where you can actually go through here. You're going to want to go to the database tab after this if you want to actually look at the new bits of data that you obtained. There's like a circular wheel that we'll see here in just a second, and that is where you're going to find these new data files. Here is the data file map. It's basically concentric rings. New data pieces will light up, as far as new nodes will light up as well. So if you click on them, you can go to the map. You can click on a file, And some of these nodes will tell you, hey, this is basically leading you into the research, right? So here's this, it's like a video file. They kind of give you an idea of like what they're finding in their research and so on and so forth. While we're in the menu, let's take a look at the hangar. This is the exosuit status. You can click on each character and go through. And then you have rigs and modules. So basically you can click on a new module and you can see there's about 12 for each character. So you can go through and you're going to right click to assign these. So each character can have 3 modules and 1 rig. A rig is really just like the weapon you want to choose. So if you want an assault type character, but you want them to use the witch doctor's weapon, you can change that if you would like. It doesn't change your skills that you use, but it does change the main weapon. So if you'd like to be a stun character who's a tank, you can go for that. So the modules are all the same for each character. You just pick the favorite 3 that you want and you unlock them as you progress through the game. As we saw in the previous match, we got a war chest. So let's go ahead and open these. You can get to them from the main screen. You're going to click on the button. It's like a digital war chest, and then Sandy is going to hand you 3 cards that are going to turn into physical items. So we got a background, we got a really cool epic exosuit skin. Go ahead and check that out. This is Blue Moon, so we can equip that. And then we got a background. So backgrounds are just things that go kind of like behind, you know, a portrait background. The career tab will give you player level stats as you level up, and also the survival pass. You can check out your emblems, your backgrounds, and your rewards. So you can see here we are player level 3, and we have lots of different things we can unlock, including other characters. You can buy things for Bikcoins, but those are mainly cosmetic things. And so you can see the free pass has virtually nothing on it. I don't want to say the game is pay to look good, but it kind of is. You get basically diddly squat for doing the free pass. The premium tier pass, I think, is around $10 the last time I checked it. But we look at emblems. These are kind of like your avatar. You can see there's a bunch there. Backgrounds. You can unlock those through chests, and then awards. Awards are what you get after completing activities. And so if you want those to show up in your honors and accolades, you just right click those and they will go onto your character profile. The battle pass, as mentioned, is something you can buy from the Microsoft store if you're doing on Game Pass, or Steam store if you're doing it on Steam, whatever store that you're buying it from. But you can see it is, looks like $8.99 US, and that will get you access to that gold tier pass that you saw down at the bottom, with lots of unlockables, including skins and backgrounds and such. As you progress through the game, you can earn Bikcoin. Not Bitcoin, it's Bikcoin, like Bikatoa. You can use this to purchase things, you know, throughout the game. So we have like skins, and you have skins, and you have more skins. Let's look at some of the dinosaur types you're going to see in the game. We'll start out with Baryonyx. We got a Suchomimus, a carnivorous dinosaur identified from a distance. The Dino Nycus, kind of a winged dinosaur look here. We got raptors, which you face early on in the game, kind of like horde mode. We have pteranodons, the flying dinosaurs that, I don't know, everybody seems to kind of ignore, but they are there. We have Ankylosaurus, one of your first bigger, sort of, not a boss, but it's bigger. They're harder to take down. They're tanky. We have Triceratops, which is the large herbivore, but wants to wreck your face with giant horns, and will do so all the time. And we have T-Rex. T-Rex is more of your boss fights towards the end. Stubby hands, giant tail. And then we have Pachycephalosaurus. You see these as sort of like a mid-tier dinosaur. You have to watch out for the ram attack. And then we have Dilophosaurus, which I have not faced in a battle yet. I've done 8 battles so far, but looking forward to these spitting punks. And then we have Carnotaurus. Carnotaurus is kind of like the Dominator. It's kind of the dinosaur you get to be whenever you get to go bug the other team. And then we have Sonornithosaurus. Say that 50 times fast. Annoying little creature we have not gotten yet, but is a small dinosaur, wing-like forelimbs. Probably going to be similar to the raptors. And then we have Stegos, giant plated dinosaur. Herbivore, which I love how they put that in there. It's here to kill you. It's not a herbivore. It's not going to eat plants. Later in the game, we're going to get into some neosaurs. We have umbral neosaurs, which is a mutated raptor. This neosaur can emerge, and then you have a gas neosaur. So this is like another variation of a mutated raptor. It's got big gas on its back. It's going to explode. Don't get near it. It's going to get gross. Sniper neosaurs. There's another mutated raptor. They're going to sit from far away and shoot purple projectiles, and then they can warp to another location. That sounds like a lot of fun. We have evokers. It's a mutated pteranodon, and it can create vortexes that summon forth normal pteranodons. So they don't really do any damage. They just sit back and act as an enemy spawner. And then we have the pyros. It's a mutated pteranodon that's cloaked in flames. Kind of looks like a phoenix. It's going to rain projectiles as it goes through the game. And then we have the Neo-Ankylosaurus. So this is basically, it's got mutated back plates. It's going to shoot projectiles at you. And then we have Neo T-Rex. It's just more powerful, and they added lasers. I mean, because, it wasn't bad enough. So let's go ahead and add some lasers to a T-Rex. We have a stealth neosaur, which the name says it all. It's going to give you quite the shock. It's also going to disappear and be super annoying in that retrospect. And then we got cryo neosaur. So basically it is going to launch spikes from a long distance and create ice clones, and otherwise confounding any exofighter it encounters. That takes us to the end of this video. So far, the game is pretty fun to play. It's pretty repetitive to start with. It's the same exact map, pretty much the same exact characters. Everybody trying to get their feet wet and level up their characters. But as you progress, you unlock more story, you unlock more dinosaurs, you unlock more things, more characters. So it is a very progression-based game. It's hard to rush. You can't just go out and just buy whatever character you want to. You can only really buy, skins and things like that to change the look. So you're going to play the same mode quite a bit, but you do get, I think, a fair amount of progression per match as you go through, a fair amount of story and unlocks and things like that. And the matches don't take a terrible amount of time, anywhere from 7 to 9 minutes per match. And if you can do them even quicker, if you got a good team base, then you can go through them quicker. I do recommend that you have maybe a tank and definitely 2 healers and 2 assault. Sometimes 3 healers or 3 support is pretty good too. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about the game, if you're playing, the progression, if you have any questions about what we went through today. Feel free to post those and I will get to them as soon as I can. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more updates if you'd like, and we will see you in the next video.
Instructions. Proceed to next mission. Initiating dinosaur cull mission. Preparing combat area. Please wait. Summoning Pachycephalosaurus.